Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Hi, Shlomo. Thank you for being here. That's like the third or fourth time we're doing this. So
I have a subscription here.
Yeah, it's great. And seems like you're enjoying your time outside when it's nice and warm. Great. And I'm in the AC. I'm just, at this time of year, I kind of try to stay indoor with the AC. So welcome, everyone. It will be great if you can all tell us where you're calling from today. And if there's anything specific that you would like to get from today's session, which is very interesting. Can't wait to be laid off. It's kind of a controversial topic, Shlomo. Interesting topic. For sure. You cannot stay indifferent to it.
Fair enough.
Hi, Sham from Atlanta.
Hello.
So I'm joining from Israel.
I'm also joining from Israel. Next week I'm in Bulgaria, speaking there. So nice. I couldn't postpone this one. Yeah. Speaking at the Digital Nomad Summit, the conference.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, and Marisol and Terry, if you want to share where you're calling from, and if any of you want to ask Shlomo anything, feel free to do so. We want that to be as interactive as possible. And let's just get started.
Sure.
For those who are here on time, let's just get started.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, hello everybody and welcome to our talk. Let me do the slide here. Can't wait to be laid off. This is what we're talking about today. We're going to celebrate the people who are about to get laid off, who got laid off, and show you why it's not that terrible, even with the uncertainty happening now at the market. I still think that there are lots of opportunities out there that people don't think about. On some of them, I spoke at a previous talk here, which is finding your passion and making an income stream from it. So it's kind of a different angle of the same topic, because people really are looking for opportunities these days, and being laid off, that's happening to almost any one of us in life, and you need to cope with that. So, but look at this talk as a tool to cope if this things happens to you, maybe not now, maybe later on. Also want to make this one really personal. So I'd love if you can turn on your cameras, and we're not a lot of people here, so it will be an intimate, nice talk. I'm going to watch the chat and look at your questions, and Limo will assist as well.
Yeah, I will assist. And we have, Sham from Atlanta and Marisol, she mentioned city is Connecticut, I'm not sure. Hi, Marisol, and she mentioned that she's been laid off for a year. Okay. So definitely that's the place to be with us today. Connecticut, yeah. Thank you so much, Marisol, for sharing. And yes, feel free to just unmute yourself, ask any questions. As we mentioned, we want it to be interactive. We want to help you. That's why we are here for.
And also, the topic of today does not mean to step on anybody's toes. Yes, I'm very, showing this as a very light topic, but I'm very aware, just like Marisol here said, of course, being laid off is not easy. But again, I'm going to give you some tools or ways to cope with this, and I hope that this one will help you. So let's get started. Hello, Derek. Welcome also. Thank you for joining. So a little bit about myself. My name is Shlomo Freund, and I'm a financial coach. I help remote workers organize their finances to reach financial freedom faster. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 18 years. I'm doing the financial coaching through personal training and workshops. I'm doing niche website investing, which you'll see later on also here on the talk. I built a company in China. You see all these interesting things I've done professionally. Some of them I intended for them to happen, some of them not so much, and they just happened. These things also happen in life. And all these are great. The podcast, the book which broke a world record, but these are all part of my professional life. But the things that are really important in life are these things. These are my personal things. A long bike trip with the family. We are location independent family, so we're traveling a lot for several months every year. We both me and my wife are working remotely, and the kids are homeschooled. Therefore, we are enjoying our time traveling and working from a place somewhere around the world. I really feel that as a family and also as an individual, I'm able to get along anywhere in the world. Just drop me there, it will be just fine. So far, I've been to 36 countries, and one of my personal dreams is speaking at TED. Now, why am I talking so much about the importance of the personal? Because professional lives fulfilling us. However, the personal lives are the ones that we want to fulfill. So the professional life is the support there. So this is, for me, is personally more important. And this is kind of the mindset that I'm talking about here in this talk.
Yeah, that's why you're able to talk with us today with this real background, hearing the birds on the background.
You hear the birds?
yeah, it's great. And I
Good
just want to mention, and I just want to mention that Marisol shared she's been looking for a side income, thinking in online business, but overwhelmed just thinking about it.
Okay, that's wonderful. You said it, Marisol. This is part of the things that are really going to show. I'll give you a few ideas, okay? And if we'll have time at the end, maybe we can do a mini coaching session. Limo, if there'll be time, we can do that.
Yes, and Marisol said yay. Awesome.
Great. A little disclaimer here. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a financial coach. We're going to talk about money stuff here, but you need to see this as an advice. Do your own research. I'm sharing from my knowledge and my experience. It's really important to say that. So before you continue, I'd like to know, tell me at the chat, say why you are here. And Marisol already shared. Please also share why you're here. You heard about being laid off and how wonderful that is. So tell me, why did you join? Meanwhile, I'm going to look at the chat and see if there are more questions. And also, if you can turn on your cameras, that will be great too. Let's see.
Don't be shy. Derek, Sham, and Terry, feel free to share why you're here, because we are here for you. And the more we know about you, the better we can focus on helping you.
Exactly. And also we have questions from that are coming up from people already sent in, so we can reply to those afterwards. Okay,
yeah,
Sham,
so Sham
is saying, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Shlomo.
So Sham is saying, I know a recession is coming, and although I'm working, I'm looking for other opportunities. Okay, so that's what concerns you. Maybe you will be laid off, as I understand. Possible ideas for starting a business. Okay, great.
That's great. And it's always good to think one step ahead, right? I mean, it's great. Happy that you're here.
Wonderful. Any others? Okay, so while we wait for those, I'll continue. Feel free again to chat, turn on your cameras. Oh, we have another one. Derek is saying, mainly to learn how to prepare for the future and see what the landscape might look like. Okay, yes, we're definitely going to talk about that. So how do you feel when you're losing your job? Okay, for the ones here that are getting ready, but still, if you had it before, you see all these things happening. One of them is, of course, economic insecurity, poor self-confidence. You know, you're saying to yourself, I'm not worth it. How could that happen? And also you're ashamed. So everybody around me has a job. I'm not. What exactly happened? Where did I make a wrong turn? So these are legitimate feelings that we have that we need to cope with. However, while being maybe in shame, poor self-confidence, and have this economic insecurity, there are things that you can look at, and I'm going to talk about opportunities right away of the things that you can do. And Marisol is saying here, I'm a single mom, one income, so I need a side investment job to keep me afloat. It's been a long year. I only had three months contract in the past year, and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Okay, Marisol, may you just say, if you can, what industry you're at and what kind of role you made, you did? Hello, welcome, Stephanie.
Feel free to unmute, Marisol. I know your webcam, you said, is not working. Hopefully your mic is.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly.
That works.
Well, I'm so sorry. I'm on a coffee shop, so that's why I'm trying to keep it low. But I worked for 7 years for WWE, is the World Wrestling Entertainment. The last job I held there was a senior digital product manager. Obviously, this salary I'm looking for is a 6 digits, and I'm not sure if it's the industry or my skills or what is not working in all the interviews I'm having, because I've been having really great interviews for companies, but it's not coming to closing a deal. Is I go into interviews and nothing seems to be going all the way to the end. At least not for a permanent job. There's so many contracts, but I definitely need a more secure job for me and my little one.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. So let me continue. Oh, we have another person. Hello, Raya. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. Feel free to ask questions, turn on your camera. We're the intimate group here today.
Great.
So these are the things that we feel when we're losing our job. Marisol definitely spoke about some of those, so thank you for sharing. And have any of you heard about the Great Resignation? Yes, no?
Yes, I was part of it.
You're part of it. Okay. No, okay.
Yeah, we have Terry here saying, calling from Florida, laid off in 2020. ITPM for 25 years, retired, considering.
Okay.
I don't know what is a PT.
Part-time.
Oh, yeah,
part-time. Okay,
part-time
thank
job.
you, Terry, for clarifying. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Raya. Okay, so Great Resignation. This is basically what happened to 20 million Americans at 2021, saying, no more. We want our lives back. This is just not worth it. Working in a job that is not for what we want for ourselves, that does not fulfill us. So we're just going to resign and we'll be just fine. I took some statistics from this 60-minute show about the Great Resignation. So I'll cover some of those coming up. So who are the ones that are resigning? So mostly women. Raya was one of them, as she said. Baby boomers that are retiring. But surprisingly, also a lot of young people, Generation Z. So we're talking about people in their 20s. You know, it's those years that you say, I've got the most energy. I'm going to work hard. And they're saying, let me rethink this life. This is not really for me. I want more. I want something more for myself. I'm just looking at the chat. Oh, okay. You're talking about the power to fly jobs.
I'm just.
Go ahead. Sure. So people were just fed up with what's going on, with what they're doing in their lives, and they wanted something more. They wanted fulfillment. So what happened is that the world became basically belonged to the employees, because what happened is that so many people resigned, and then the employers had to basically almost beg for people to come back to work and do all kinds of higher paychecks, more flexible jobs. At that 60-minute show, there are people building contractors doing constructions, and they're like, we just can't find employees. People who own restaurants, we just can't find employees. All these, so they had to adjust in order to cater what the employees need. So the power was and is with the employees. And what that means is that creates, why it doesn't go to the next slide? It creates opportunities for employees, because now what happens is that usually when you negotiate on your contract, basically you have more power in your hand. So what are these opportunities? And I mainly speak about opportunities when we start thinking globally, working remotely. And I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So when you are working remotely, you're getting, I think I skipped a slide. I just skipped a slide, yes. So first of all, when you're working remotely, and as I mentioned, we are a location-dependent family. We both work remotely, me with my business, and my wife is working for a company that basically remote first. They're all remote. You get the flexibility of time. You can basically set the schedule for yourself. You can start your day with going to the gym and breakfast, work for 2 hours, then go see a friend, then work for another few hours, then go maybe for a walk with your family, taking kids from school, coming back and work for a few more hours. It's not 9 to 5 anymore. You get that flexibility when you're working remotely. Except of that, forget about working for companies that are only around in your area. The whole world is open for you to find jobs. And Power to Fly has a remote job board that Limor mentioned before. So there are really a lot of opportunities out there. Now, looking at jobs, the remote jobs, okay, offerings before COVID on LinkedIn, and this is again statistics from the 60-minute show, that was 1 to 67 jobs, okay? And now it's 1 to 7. It's a growth of almost 1,000% increase of the amount of opportunities out there for remote jobs. So basically, what you need to do is open your eyes to the rest of the world. It's not anymore the time that you went around to the companies where you live and you do, just whatever is around. You really have a lot of opportunities out there. Now, there are more types of flexibility that you get. Except of working for any company in the world, you can work from wherever you want. So I'm now in Israel, but as I said, several months a year, we're traveling somewhere and live somewhere around the world. And we do that thanks to our remote jobs. So again, you're getting this flexibility. And of course, financial flexibility, because if you're living in a cheaper place, and then you pay in a higher income place or a company, then of course you get it's called in the, I can't say professional jargon, but it's called geo arbitrage. So you are working for an expensive place, but you're living in a cheap place. If you're taking it really to, I can't even say to the extreme, but if you want to take it even more, then you don't even stay at the same country, okay? You move to Thailand and live there on 15% of the cost of what you have in the US, things like that. You can do that. People do that. If you're looking at communities like digital nomads communities, this is what people do. They go to cheap places, but they're making money in US dollars or in euros, and they live very, very well. So look at this. Places that are expensive, like California, people are leaving those and moving to cheaper places. And this is thanks to these opportunities of being able to work to any company in the world. Okay, I don't know how they took these stats and where these people moved and who they worked for, but basically you can really do that. Okay, move to a cheaper place. You don't have to live in California or New York or any other expensive city in the US. You can move to wherever, you know, you like snow, move to a place with snow. You like mountains, you like green. You can just do that. All you need is the internet connection. Because really today you can work remotely at almost anything. And I would add that you like to do, because as I mentioned at the beginning, though we have our professional lives, we also want to keep our personal lives. We want to be happy people, enjoying our time, still making, of course, good job, but I mean, having a good job and doing good work, but the well-being, as with those people who are resigned, is really, really important. It becomes much more important than only my professional life. Professional lives are important, but I'm taking my well-being on top of that, and then I blend those together to make basically build my dream lifestyle. You can think about it this way. So I'm going to show some opportunities that you can hone on and maybe start thinking about those. Here are some examples. So thinking about teaching, and I'll show for each one of those, I'm going to show examples. So you can think about teaching, you can think about writing content, you can think about building your product or service. And if I remember correctly, Marisol or Sham mentioned that this is what they're looking for. Just tell me yes or no in the chat. That would be great, because I can't scroll way up. And also you can either start, or I'm also going to show how you can buy a website that is on your favorite topic and just basically operate it and make money from it and enjoy the process. I personally hold 2 websites like that. They're not in my favorite niche, to be honest, but I'm always looking to, I enjoy the process of managing them. But of course, I'm always looking for more websites, and especially ones on topics that I like travel and business. These are the topics that I'm interested in. So let's look at the examples. Oh, before that, what Confucius said: choose a job you love and you'll never have to work a day in your life. So we can work and we can still do something that we love. And in our previous talk, I said, I mentioned that only aristocracy had the privilege to do a job that they love, like being a poet. But these days, it's not the situation, fortunately. So things have changed. So let's go, let's enjoy these opportunities. Marisol is asking, Marisol, I want to take the challenge to become a seller on Walmart, as I want to work there. E-commerce is my passion now. Then I will work on my own products little by little. Remote 100% for sure. Marisol, do they have remote jobs? I haven't checked, of course. I just wonder. Or
I
they
think
require...
she's referring to selling on Walmart.com, if I understand correctly.
So like opening an Amazon store, so opening a Walmart store. I didn't know that they have these accounts.
I think, I mean, Marisol, feel free to
Marisol would love to
clarify.
know. Yes, please clarify. I never heard of that. That's interesting. Okay. Both on Amazon and Walmart. Okay, wonderful. Can you also say what kind of products you're interested in? Okay. Okay, first of all, let's talk about platforms for getting remote jobs. And this is just 3 examples out of, I assume, hundreds of those that you can go in and find, and Power2Fly is also one of them. So remote SEO, flex jobs, and we work remotely, and Power2Fly, you can see some screenshots here. Let's see some examples. Grant compliance and donor reporting manager, in Habitat for Humanity. To be honest, I don't know what that means. I know Empire Flippers very well, so they're looking for a finance administrator. This screenshot is not a current one, so don't go if you're looking for any specific of one of those examples. Administrative assistants. What else? Oh, I put the screenshots on top here. Okay, maybe later on we'll check those websites, and maybe we'll go and check what's happening now, and we'll find something good for any of the people here. So first of all, remote websites, remote jobs websites, except of the regular remote jobs that you have, the job boards that you have, either just go to those specific ones that are for remote jobs, and there are also specific ones. If you look at, let's say, in development, coding, there's also only for developers. But I'm sure that also on the classic ones, there is also now a tab for remote jobs or a filter or something like that. So look for those. One more example is teaching. And these are here 2 examples. One is OutSchool, and this is for teaching kids. And see examples here. My daughter learned through here. She went to a Spanish class for kids, and she learned about dinosaurs, but you can really teach anything. See here examples, math stories, addition and subtraction. So Hallie Wynn is doing that. If you want to join Groovy Kids Club, Yo-Yo Yoga Fitness. So she's teaching yoga, Miss Yvonne. But really anything that you're interested in, and you can open a profile there and start teaching that. That can be a nice side income to start with if you want to go on with this opportunity. This is very easy to do. You open a profile, you see what the market is. So choose similar teachers that are teaching something that you like and see if there is a market. On many of them, you can see, if there are a lot of reviews as example, that this is a successful market. You can teach that. One more example is Skillshare. Same thing, but for adults. Let's look at the topics that they offer. And that's, you see here, animation and creative writing and film and video and fine arts and illustration, graphic design, music and photography and UX UI and web development. All these things, and I'm sure there are many, many more. I don't have here in this screenshot any specific examples for things that people teach, but you see the categories here at the side. So this is definitely something you can start doing today. Okay, what else? Teach languages. We all speak a language. We can all teach it. Okay, we can teach English. You can teach Hebrew. You can teach really whatever. This website I'm showing here, iTalki, and there's another one called Preply, and there are several others. They have an endless list of languages that you can learn, but also that you can teach. One time I was looking at random African languages I've never really heard of. Okay, there's also basically these kind of things. If you're speaking more languages, better for you. Just go and try to find those markets. You can see there how much people are making, how many classes they gave, how much they're taking per class, and then you can start estimating how much you can make by opening a profile and start teaching there. Raya said she's teaching English to Japanese on cafetalk.com. I never heard of Cafe Talk. Maybe I should add that. Great platform, great people and students. Awesome. Okay. Do you also learn Japanese maybe, Raya? Just interested to know.
I learned it for a few years and promptly forgot everything I knew when I went to Japan because I always had a translator.
Oh, okay. So the translator helped, but really didn't help. You're saying.
But I just teach very high end, like doctors and professors, preparing them to overcome their nervousness. So I don't need to speak Japanese.
Nice. Okay. So we got Cafe Talk. I probably need to add that as well to this one. I'll check that out. Thank you, Raya. Okay. Another thing, and this is about providing services, and I'm giving an example here for writing content. Basically, you can list yourself on Upwork for many services like coding and marketing and data entry and really, you name it, okay? But you can also list yourself for content writing, maybe on a specific topic that you are interested in. Now, what's happening is that you gain in two ways. One, they're paying for you. And two, at the bottom, most of the times you also get a bio if you're not a ghostwriter. And then you can start sending people, or getting to be known more on the topic that you like, and maybe sending them to your website or your service or any one of those. So think about something that you like, register there, open a profile there as a content writer. I personally hired content writers on this platform for my niche websites that I am running. Okay, so this is something that you can do. You can get paid as an expert for writing content on Upwork, and this is, I believe, is the biggest platform. There are several others like Fiverr. You can also go to that one and list yourself. And of course, you probably, when you're opening a profile, you won't start at the top of earning a lot, but gradually you're getting more reviews and getting better and better. And of course, you can raise your pricing. And for those who wanted to open a business, this is an example of something called Build in Public. It's very popular on Twitter, and these are the screenshots I took from Twitter. One person here is talking about how much they make monthly, $1,800, and his next month's target is $3,000. This is a farm here who celebrates they have a new subscriber for their vegetable box or something like that. Now, what happens is that these people who open this business, that farm, or that person with spynewsletter.com, whatever that is, that gets you more, that builds a community around your product. You build a branding, you build a community to really interact with people and see what they like and cater to that, to their needs. And also lets you explore ideas. If you have no feedback from your audience, or your audience even says, nah, that's a bad idea, that's actually a good thing. You understand that you can move on because there might not be a market. Then you can keep trying and do different things. But the important thing is that you keep open communication channel with your audience, the people who follow you, and you grow it little by little. Doing this on Twitter will grow your audience. At some point, actually right at the beginning, I'd say you want to funnel them into a mailing list, because that's the strongest communication with people these days. You land on their inbox, and that's the best ROI. I think the statistics talks about 40x on your investment on email marketing, you get back. So think about that. This is my Build in Public of 2 projects that I've done. This one here that you see at the bottom is an online course which has already been launched. It's called How to Achieve the Perfect Life Finance Balance for Remote Workers. It started as a subscription of $3 a month, and now it's sold as a course. But this is how it started, building in public and understanding what the audience like and what works and what doesn't. The other one with the flags are for traveling families or individuals. The right one is for you're printing the destination of the country that you're traveling to, and then you're writing there what the balance is, what the budget is for that trip. And then whenever you get to a 1/10 of that, you color one line of that flag. This example is France, and when you color the whole flag, yay, you got the budget and you're ready to go. The other one is for the kids, counting 30 days before going, in this example, to Greece. Every day, every day, every day. And that's also create the conversation in the family around the trip, getting ready, what stage we're at. So the parents are counting money, the kids are counting time. So this is my example for Build in Public, but you can be really, really creative. If you're going to Twitter and you'll search for the hashtag Build in Public or Building in Public, you'll see a lot of examples there. Here's an idea for people who want to already buy something already working. And this is an example of 3 platforms. There are many others. I know at least around 10, where you can find a website or a SaaS project. SaaS is a software as a service. Usually the websites are easier to run. Let's look at a few examples. So you see here for $18,000, you can buy a jewelry website that is for on Amazon with Amazon Associates. That is basically making money from affiliate commission for Amazon at the jewelry niche, making $563 a month. You can see more. I'm reading from the slide. So you see an art website. You see a home and equipment one for $49,000. There's really a lot of variety out there. Their websites really every day, where you can really search for something that fits you. You really need to know what you do, okay? Because you don't want to be scammed here. There are safer platforms like this one, Empire Flippers, you see here. Flippa is on the other side. It's not that reliable, although it's getting better. So you need to know what to do. The websites there are cheaper, and there are also private Facebook groups for these as well. So for from several $100s for a starter website, it can go up to 10 million. So you basically choose the level of what you are ready for and start running it. There's also Motion Invest that you see here, motioninvest.com. There's Investors Club. There's what's the name? Bits for Bytes. They're really a lot more. A lot of my work is going to find new websites. I really like looking at those and finding those and seeing what opportunities are out there. So this is something for people who don't want to start. Maybe they have some money, and that saves a lot of time, to be honest. Saves a lot of time. I bought a website making now about $1,500 a month. I manage it, I grow it. I personally really enjoy the process. You can do the same. Here's another example of somebody who sold tree planting subscriptions for people who fly a lot and want to offset their emissions. I wish I was negotiating with this website. Eventually, I wasn't able to buy it, but I found it fascinating of somebody who really cared about the planet and started running it, doing something that he's passionate about and build a business around it. This was called Ecology. That's the name. It's not, I don't know what happened to that one. It's a while ago. This one is from a website called, from a platform called microacquire.com, by the way, if you're looking at that one. So that's another example of another opportunities or kind of opportunities that you can go with. I was giving this separate example because it's not so much a content website, it's more of a SaaS, it's a subscription. You get subscribers to go in, and you can see the number of customers. Well, here it's the category of 100 to 1,000. So there were a lot of customers there paying. Okay, before we go to the questions, I want to offer you a career coaching session, a short one. That's 30 minutes with me for a special offer at a very affordable price. And this one, you go to bit.ly, so bit.ly, it's not .com, bit.ly / passion into income, and use the coupon Power to Fly because we're doing it under Power to Fly brand. So you can go ahead to that link, and I will do a quick 30-minute special offer only for the participants of this talk. And one more thing, if you want to come and connect with me, these are all the ways to do that. You have me on Twitter, on Freund Shlomo, on Instagram, Free Financial Self. That's my website. That's my website, freefinancialself.com. And my email, you can see I'm on LinkedIn with my name, on Facebook with my name. And that's the link for the coaching. Thank you very much, Limor, for adding this. And now it's time for questions. And if Limor allows, we can also do a mini coaching session, helping somebody with what they need.
Absolutely, yeah. So first, let's start if anyone have any questions they would like to ask. And thank you so much, Shlomo, for so much information. And we'll share the slides, so don't worry. I got some questions in the background from people about slides, so we'll share them, and we'll share the recording for sure.
Okay, I'm ready for questions. And I think we have previous sent questions. If we don't, and while we answer those, of course, send questions in the chat or just unmute yourself. We're not such a big group here. It's definitely possible. Limor, do you want to bring one of the questions maybe?
Yes, we can. So one of them was, what are the next steps if one is laid off? What are steps not to take if one is laid off?
One step
Rather
not to
generic.
take. Yes. One step not to take is sitting at home and whine about your bad situation and how you're miserable and how the world is bad. What you should do is looking at all these wonderful opportunities of you got laid off, maybe from a job that you didn't really like, and you got all these opportunities to work, to make money for a living and do something that you like. So that's basically it. Just get up from that couch and do something about it and see all these opportunities out there.
Yeah, I have something to add here. I think that networking is really important, especially, when you're at home and you feel alone. Finding opportunities to network with people can really help, because networking is really key for those of you who do want to find a job. It's not enough just to look for job boards and apply. You really need to network and connect to people who can help you. So with platforms like Power2Fly and others, you can network today, and some you can network, face to face. That would be one of my top recommendations.
Definitely agree on this. Okay, so we don't have questions coming. Exercise, Raya said.
That's for sure. But you need to
That's
exercise
true.
also if you have a job.
That's correct too.
But I completely
Spirits
agree,
up.
Raya, that exercising helps.
Until you find a job, it keeps the spirits up.
But yes, when you have a job, keep exercising. Don't stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to ask Marisol if you're still here and you're brave enough to do some session with Shlomo, because I remember you mentioned earlier that you're interested.
I am here. Thank you. I wanted to add that I think in all this time, and also have found time to not only to become a mom, because this is my first time being a mom, but also to find myself and kind of looking at how to rebrand myself and what the things I like and I don't like. What I did wrong at WWE, I think, as part of my career, I think I spent a lot of time to pleasing those managers, and I felt like I left behind what I was looking to accomplish for my career. So now that I had the time, probably too much time. I think I know what direction I want to go, but at the same time, it's being hard because, as I mentioned, I want to go. I'm working in to get better in e-commerce as a product manager, but because I don't have that experience, it's been hard to find that opportunity. And there's so many people now with the remote jobs and online opportunities there. I feel there's too many candidates out there looking for the same jobs and probably asking for less salary or I don't know what's going on, right? But I think finding yourself, rebranding yourself, and your information has been great. I will not know this information if I hadn't joined this presentation.
I'm glad to hear this. So let me ask you this. So you're saying that you want to go into e-commerce, which is more of, I didn't completely understand that this is something similar that you've done in previous work.
So as a digital product manager, I got to build and analyze the user's journey online, the way how they shop online, right? So I supported WWE, which is the World Wrestling Entertainment. If you know about wrestling, they're probably number ones on that. And I supported all their websites and from the back end and front end on how that will look like, and how the back end, like the content management systems, needed to look like for the editors, for there to do their job. But at the same time, the front end, and they were looking for to market a new event, per se. How we're going to position that on the website, where will be the best place, how do we market, do I need to redesign a section of the website, and how to do that, work with the engineers and give them requirements and technical requirements for them to do that. So I'll work
Okay.
with them and Q editors to do that. So for the e-commerce platforms like Walmart and Amazon, I don't want to work for Amazon. Or say it, okay, I don't want to work
No,
there.
it's all built for you now.
I feel like it's a very overwhelming platform. I think Walmart has a better product, it's more simplified, and it's a really good competitor of Amazon. So I feel
Okay.
like and they're growing, right? They're growing their business. There are a lot of jobs on Amazon's. I applied for one of the jobs, and right now I'm on the run, waiting for my
Mhm.
next interview. That will be my third interview. But their process is different. They go into a evergreen product manager, and depending on what you like and what you're looking for, that's how they're going to position within their openings.
Oh.
So I'm hoping for the best, be able to work there. But I'm been learning on my own with udemy.com, small little free courses on YouTube as well on
Okay.
e-commerce platforms and how to work with Shopify and other platforms that allow you
Mhm.
to market products, and also how to build those products, those platforms, like how to build a new Walmart. What will be the next version of Walmart? That's the kind of thing that I'm passionate about. I have a background in design and marketing. And WWE gave me the tools to be where I am today. So I would like to continue those lines, but at the same time, when I got laid off, I didn't have anything on the side. I found myself with a baby, without a job and a 1-year-old baby, and I was very overwhelmed. So it took
Mhm.
me a while to kind of break that and say, okay, forget about the debt or whatever. I'll pay that later. Let me take care of myself and my baby and make sure that we have what we need to survive right now. So
Okay.
as I'm being going through all of this, then and been prepping myself, and I had now lately a lot of support from the DOL, and they supported me with a certification to kind of add things on my resume to look more marketable, to see if that helped me to really get to the salary I'm looking for and to the job that I'm looking for. So
Okay.
so
So I must say that first of all, we all hope here that you get that job after the third or whatever interview on Amazon. And sounds like you're really
it's
passionate
crazy.
about building their platform. Now let's think about how you build that e-commerce side business, maybe a full business at some point over the
Correct.
years. So here's the thing. Building an e-commerce, people usually start with just a random product, and then they put it on Amazon and they sell, and they see if it works, and you need to do the research, of course.
Mhm.
However, what would you do want to do is build a brand, and this is a hard thing to do. And when people talking about e-commerce, usually it's selling through Amazon or through Walmart or Shopify or any of the platforms. But the strongest thing is having the brand and a website and people buying directly. Also, then you don't have to pay the fees. So this is where the trajectory is. You start with something with on a platform like Amazon, but you don't stop there. That's not the end goal. The end goal is bringing the users to your platform, people hearing about your product and building yourself. May I ask, what do you have in mind? Like what kind of products?
Well, I'm working with a friend of mine. She is doing a lot of cosmetics, facials and all that kind of cosmetic stuff. But we are bringing some products directly from Colombia, which I don't know how to get them here, first of all, or how I'm gonna do the logistics. So that's the part that I do, ignoring how to bring a product from another country, for say, a couple of brands that they're been selling over there, and then I cannot find them here on Amazon. So that's a product I'm trying to push here, but it could be for many reasons, the FDA or any compliance that they're not meeting, or who knows what. But there are a lot of brands that I'm gonna say Spanish people buy, and I wait for my family to go to Colombia to bring me those creams and those products. So that's what I have in mind, and have not solidified how to really do the whole selling as it is in another country, the product.
I see.
I'm produced by somebody else.
What's hard with e-commerce is I'm not going to say it's not hard bringing the product. You just mentioned with all the compliance and everything. I'm talking about bringing the clients. So on Amazon and Walmart, you already have the clients, and assuming you're high enough on ranking, that is good. But what you can also do is maybe either start your own website, or as I mentioned, buy a website already with traffic. Just by the way, just the other day, I know of a website related to beauty and skin tone and kind of matching to seasons and stuff like that, kind of similar to the product you're mentioning. So think about buying such a website, already has the traffic, and then connecting your e-commerce platform like Shopify already at that website and start getting the traffic already. That's cuts a lot of the time. Of course, you need to invest more at the beginning, but that can really save a lot of time. And also then I spoke about this building in public. Basically, you're starting also getting the feedback from people of what they're looking for. If you are on Amazon, basically you don't have that connection. And if you start a website from scratch, it's good. But at the beginning, especially, you're talking to crickets, right? So I'm kind of giving you a shortcut of how you can do that and start marketing those products and really get to the next level, not only e-commerce on Amazon, but also building the next level over here.
Correct.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, the slide that you presented about buying those website, that interests me a lot. Definitely wanted to look more into that.
Look, we can go now. So Empire Flippers usually have a higher price website, but just for the sake of.
It seems like while you're looking, I mean, it seems like Marcel, you also have the knowledge of how you can transform those websites
Correct.
and make them convert better.
Yeah. From the design perspective, aesthetics are nothing if the functionality is not correct. So yeah. So if I could actually look into the sites and how they work before I actually buy them, then that would be a good thing. I wouldn't want to buy a site that is broken.
Yeah, look at this one. I'm just randomly now going to Flippa, which is one of the platforms, and I'm looking. Let's look for a beauty. Yes. Did I spell it right?
It looks like yeah.
Okay, let's see what they have.
What is confidential? I see that there are some confidential.
Yeah.
What does
so
it mean?
there are private deals that you need to view the listing and then maybe send an NDA or something like that for you to basically to see the information. But some of them are not.
The lowest. Let's start from the lowest.
Okay, let's start. You can buy for $10, but it's only one bid. It's probably there's also no traffic. But let's just look at examples, okay? CBD skincare brand registered, so you probably get the registration. Automated store, SEO backlinks. Don't believe everything that it says here, okay?
Okay.
You need to do the due diligence. But if we're looking at examples here. Let's go to one of those. Let's go to this one. See, this is a drop ship. I don't know what I'm gonna find out, okay? $4,500 a month potential. Don't believe that, okay? But people say what they're looking, something about the website. Let's see, automated store, backlink ready, 13 years old domain, Google indexed. Domain value doesn't matter. What I'm trying to
How can she check that? How she can verify that?
So you can find guides on how to verify things, how to verify websites and other services. You can go to one guy that talks a lot about this. His name is Mushfiq. He's Canadian and his website is thewebsiteflip.com. A lot of information out there. He's mainly talking about content websites and not e-commerce, but a lot of it is also relevant for e-commerce. Okay.
What's the website? I'm sorry.
Thewebsiteflip.com.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Let's see. I usually don't look at e-commerce websites, so it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to really do it really quick. I'm not fully familiar with the listings. So basically, because they're selling for such a low price, there's probably also not going to be any traction there. Okay, it's almost like starting from zero. You need to check. There's also platforms for checking how strong the website is and how much search they're getting. You can check that with services like Ahrefs, ahrefs.com, semrush.com. There are a bunch of
Shlomo,
others.
we only have 4 minutes. I have
sure.
a question. I mean, since we're doing this session, which is great, what would be a price point you would say?
Yeah.
A site start to be interesting. So obviously $50 is like probably not much there. I mean, probably it's just a website, bare bones.
But affordable.
It's affordable, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
just
like
I'm curious, like based on your experience, what is a price point where you can start see some value? So yes, you pay some price, but you see it saves you a lot of time and effort with start to get traffic.
I'd say several $1,000s. That's around the price point.
Several 6 digits or
several thousands, not tens of thousands. Several 4 digits.
okay.
Yes.
Right.
So you can start going with that. You know, sometimes people have a website and then they want to strengthen that website, so they buy another website and then they're linking to their first website, and they kind of bring in the traffic in. There are a lot of strategies with this. It's a whole thing, niche website investing. Okay, but finding this thing that you love and want to do and then connect it to something already running is basically a really good shortcut to start going.
Sorry to interrupt.
Usually, sorry.
No, the only thing that right now I'm being hesitating to buy is there's a group from it's a Colombian agency, and they're giving a training on how to sell on Amazon. And they're charging about $500, $600 for the course. So I've been hesitating because there's a lot of free information on Amazon that how to become a seller, but they also supposedly this company also teach you how to promote your products and how to sell those products that are coming from countries like South America. But do I really need that? You see, I know a lot from the technical perspective, and I feel like they gotta be a lot of information online. It's just I'm probably not looking in the right places
Marcel, have you opened an Amazon account or a Walmart account?
Not yet.
So stop looking at the videos and just go and do it, and start with the first product and learn how to do keyword research on Amazon, which I'm sure there's plenty of information out there on those. Okay, don't think about the big picture that you need to know everything. We never know everything. Okay, even with this website investing, I started at some point after 4 months of looking for websites and research. I was like, I have to jump into the water. I'm going to buy a website. And that's what I did. I was very scared doing this, but it happened. And I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm ready for the next level. And I keep learning all the time with these. It's never going to be perfect. So
but I do want to mention one thing, that sometimes I'm not saying that this course is the one you should buy, but sometimes signing up for training can save a lot of time if it's a good one and if it provides value.
I agree, but I would first go and just go in the trenches first. Maybe you'll feel that you do need more support and a course, and that's okay. And what Limor said is definitely relevant. But you're missing, I think, the gap of really trying out. Don't stay at the information stage. Go and try it.
That's for sure. And thank you so much. It's been wonderful. I love that,
Yeah, thank you very much for all the
interactive session. Thank you, Marisol, for
for jumping in.
For jumping in and willing to share. That's great. Thank you, Shlomo, as always. And as soon as I'm done uploading the recording, I'll send it to you all, and Shlomo send me the slides and I'll share with everyone. Thank you so much for being here today, and
Sounds
have
good.
a great rest of your day.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, Limon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.